Hey, give me some information about the program, like the size of it,
Sure.
how it got started, things like that.
YMCA of the Triangle's Y Guides Apprentice program is around 13,000 people, dads and sons and dads and daughters. The program was started nationally, as you know, in 1926 out of St. Louis, but it was started in 1968 by Jim Epps, and we started with 3 tribes in 1968, and we've grown to, annually around 800 tribes annually, and that's right around 13,000 people in the program. We are probably 65% dads and daughters, which is the Princess program, and about 35% dads and sons, which is the Guides program.
And how many, like, what's your staff structure for running the
Sure.
program?
I'm the director. I'm the full-time director, and then I have 2 assistant directors that work under me, and they work with me 9 months out of the year.
Okay.
And then they will transition over to Camp Seagull and Camp Seafair in the summertime as land directors or program directors at camp. And it's a natural flow. Y Guides and Princess is a lot like resident camp on the road. We're moving around and putting on big events for our participants, much like they do in the summertime, except they're just at one location. And so we also have an admin assistant who works for us full time, and she handles most of the registrations, and she can answer. She's an integral part of the team. I mean, she can answer any question that we do, and she can also show up and help out at events as well. Yeah.
And so you've been running the program or in the program for about 7 or 8 years, I guess.
Yeah, more or less.
And then, what is it that you think is the key points on the growth of the program? Like, it's larger than any program in the country.
Sure.
What is it that was done in Raleigh that made it successful? Do you think?
Several different ways you can take that. We have some core principles that we stick by. We have, and those are staff, our foundation and our structure, and then our camps. Okay. And we live by those principles, and we'll talk about those in a minute. But it was also, the Raleigh Y at the time. It was a good time to start. Research Triangle Park was coming online. There was a lot of big companies moving to the area, so there was a lot of young families, and we were housed out of the Central Y when the Raleigh Y was just Central and 2 camps. We had access to Camp Seagull and Camp Seafair, which definitely enhances our program. And then the leadership at the time, and still today, believes in dedicating full-time staff to this program. Even back then, even before it could prove its worth, if you will, before you could even afford to pay the salary out of program revenue, and that investment, I think, with the quality staff, full time, not giving a youth director 10 or 15 other things to do along with Y Guides, has been the difference. And so you have quality staff, you have great facilities, and then we have a very strong structure that we stick by. We always have father and child, and it's father-daughter tribes and father-son tribes. We don't mix genders. And we start the kids when they're in the 1st grade, and they go through the 3rd grade. And if they so choose, they can continue on for as long as they want to. I mean, we have kids that drive their dads to camp, but the core program is 1st through 3rd grade, and we really don't bend on that. And so I think keeping that rigidity in the structure really helps us grow, because there's a natural progression. Each year builds on the next year. They don't do the same activities year after year. We have more enhanced activities as they get older that suit the ages. We go from a more basic package to a more advanced package. We do a lot of community service as they get older. And just another thing about the structure too is how intentional the program is. Everything that we do in the program is to help father and child grow closer to one another, and it helps dad teach lessons to his child without the child realizing they're being taught. It's very natural and organic, and it's amazing to watch. So I think all those, it's kind of like a perfect storm that's kind of come together to make this thing what it is and how
Yeah.
big it is. So.